Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for joining me. You're watching LV Car Guy, the channel for Las Vegas automotive and their drivers. My name is Steve, and today I'm going to be giving you a little bit of an introduction about what this channel is about and perhaps a little bit about me. Stay tuned. Hey, what's up, guys? Let's get into it. So, first and foremost, nice to meet you guys. My name is Steve, and I'm an automotive enthusiast out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. So first of all, I would like to talk about how I got started as far as interest goes in the automotive world. So back when I was in high school, early high school, before I had a driver's license, before Fast and Furious movie came out or whatever, my uncle actually bought a brand new 1998 Acura Integra. It was an LS, so it was the non-VTEC dual air cam. Is the B18 motor. So I looked up to him. Guy out. He was kind of like my big brother, and I wanted to be cool just like him. So, anyways, when he picked up the vehicle, first thing he did was he lowered the vehicle, put some wheels on it, and then he ended up putting an OEM style carbon fiber hood. His next mod is he ended up putting a Buddy Club body kit on the Acura Integra, and then he painted it baby blue. Now at the time, like what was in at the time was like all those colors that just popped out. So you had like baby blue, you had yellow. I've seen a few people and stuff do like a baby pink color or whatever, but he had the baby blue one, and I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. And from that moment on, I fell in love with the car industry and kind of became a little young car enthusiast myself. Didn't have a car. So fast forward, I ended up picking up a 1998 Honda Civic hatchback. It was the EK version. Sorry, it was EK version, and I wanted to do exactly what my uncle did. I lowered it. I think the first thing I ever did was put on some like SI wheels or something. I got it off a friend for like $200 at the time. And I put a carbon fiber hood. Eventually down the road, I ended up painting it like an orange copper color. It was kind of cool at the time. Actually today, if the color was still around, it's a beautiful color. Anyways, it was a single overhead cam, non-VTEC Honda Civic hatchback. It was the EK. I ended up putting like intake headers and exhaust on it, and I swear it was like the fastest thing ever. And that's how I kind of got into like the JDM scene. Like I was hardcore into the JDM scene. And after that, around that time, one of my closest high school buddies, he ended up picking up I think it was like a 2007 or a 2008 Mitsubishi Evo 8, and that was the first time I've ever ridden in a car that was turbocharged, and it was all-wheel drive, and he fixed it up too. So I got into it, and he took me for a spin, and that was the first time in my entire life that I've ever felt like what boost felt like. And I was hooked from there. So, later on down the road, I'm driving my little EK home from school, and I'm at a stoplight, and a car just rear ends me. Car gets totaled. I'm like, my life is over at the time. I was totally heartbroken because at that moment or during that time, I was working minimum wage at the mall, and every single paycheck went towards the car. So I was always broke, and I was crushed. So my next car after that was a 2000 Celica GT. Now at that time, a Celica GT was like, it was pretty cool. It was kind of like the new era of Civics coming back. And I did the same thing. I lowered it, put some wheels on it, and then I did intake headers and exhaust. And then a month or so down the road, I ended up like just saying fuck it, and I threw on like a Zex wet nitrous kit, not knowing anything about like nitrous or tuning or air and fuel ratio or any of that stuff. So I didn't even get it tuned. And several months go down. I think like 6 months later down the road, I mean, I'm hitting that nitrous button every single time I go on the road, stoplight to stoplight. And eventually the motor just like gives up, and it gave up, and I blew the motor. And so after that, I ended up getting on to the Celica forums, and I meet this guy. He's like from the East Coast. He also had like a Celica GT. The forum was it was called like newcelica.org, and he had a custom BorgWarner turbo kit, and he was selling it. So I actually purchased the custom turbo kit from him, and then I slapped it on my car. So as soon as I got that installed into my vehicle, like I said, I didn't know anything about tuning or anything. I was young at the time. And eventually I ended up like damaging the motor yet again. So I rebuild it. I rebuild the motor, and the turbo kit's back on. But at this point, my parents at the time, they didn't like the vehicle. They thought it was just causing so much issues or whatever, but it was, it was causing a headache. So I did what I can to like shy away from like the car scene. And I figured if I got a nice car that took me from point A to point B, hopefully I can just forget about the car scene and just like start saving all my money and or whatever. So I ended up picking up a Hummer H3. The vehicle was nice. It was nice, but I didn't really go off-roading at the time. And it was, I mean, to me it was boring. I wasn't able to do anything with it. It didn't go fast or anything. So later on, eventually down the road, again, I ended up trading the vehicle, and then I pick up a BMW 135i. It was the twin turbo, I believe it was like N96 or something. So I get that from CarMax. And CarMax, supposedly, they do their 100-point inspection on vehicles. And this is when I figure out, like, they don't know what the hell they're doing over there most of the time. Because as soon as I picked up the vehicle, within the first week in my driveway, I saw, like, oil spots. It was coming from the head of the motor. So since the car was under warranty, I bring it back to CarMax. And, I take, like, 2-3 different trips down to CarMax. They can't figure out what the issue is. And they end up buying the car back. And don't get me wrong, that BMW was like, the driving experience was the way a BMW should be. It's just, just picking up the car and stuff. I just can't have that, those car issues to begin with. So I ended up bringing it back over there. They ended up buying the car back for me. And then I pick up a 2007 Porsche Cayman. Now the Porsche Cayman was actually, it was nice. I actually really liked it. The handling was great. The car looked amazing. The only thing was the car was naturally aspirated, and it didn't give me that exhilarating feel that like that boost would give you. The car just didn't have enough horsepower. And I know that, drag racing a Porsche Cayman isn't what it's technically known for or whatever, but I just needed that, I needed that boost feel. So I owned that car for a couple years, and then back to like wanting to like try to save money and stay away from the car scene again. I ended up picking up a Toyota Tundra, which I still have today. Now, I lifted it, put bigger wheels and tires, threw an exhaust on it or whatever, and it's fun. I still use the Toyota Tundra and stuff for like as a daily driver. When you own a house or whatever, it's kind of nice to like haul stuff around. But I still own the vehicle. It's just, no matter what you do to a Toyota Tundra, the car still weighs a ton. And even if you were to add like, bolt-ons or whatever, the truck's not going to go as fast as you want it to be. So I still keep the truck, and I made the decision to pick up a 2008 Ford Mustang Shelby GT500. Now, for a lot of people that don't know about it, it was the 5.4 liter V8 supercharged, came factory supercharged, and it was the S197 chassis. So when I get that, I'm like, hell, why not? Let's make an Instagram for it. So I created an Instagram for the GT500. My Instagram was called LVGT500. And once I made that, it opened up like so many doors for me as far as meeting new people and getting back into the car scene. And I just totally had fun with it. And I met a bunch of amazing, great people. And that's kind of how my journey with automotive world in Las Vegas kind of started. So I still got the GT500, and I think last year I picked up a 1990 Fox Body Ford Mustang. So shout out to Damien. Thank you for motivating pick it up because I love the car. Right now it's currently just under restoration. I'm trying to get it back to like, you know, mint condition, but of course that's going to take some time. But I got friends who are also like car enthusiasts. Some of them drive like Chevy Corvettes, Challengers, Chargers, you know, Hondas, Acura NSX, and everything. So when I say I'm a car enthusiast, I'm a diehard car enthusiast. I'm not hating or whatever on any type of car brand or whatever. Just because I own a Ford doesn't mean that I'm just a hardcore Ford guy. Like, no, I think everybody knows what a good quality car is, and I got respect for it. So with this channel, what I plan on doing is I just plan on meeting a bunch of people out here in Las Vegas and doing interviews with them and their vehicles, and give everybody around the world and everybody else in Las Vegas who hasn't seen these other Las Vegas cars or whatever a chance to see, you know, what cars are driving around Vegas. And yeah, so this channel is that's what this channel is for. It's for me to meet new people, for a chance for you guys to see what cars are out there. So if you guys are interested, and I don't run into you, you know, send me a message, and I would like gladly be able to meet up with you and talk to you, get to know you, and a little bit more about the car for everybody, to give everybody a chance to see, you know, what type of cars are out there. So if you guys have any questions or anything, you know, send me a message, leave comments, do whatever you got to do. But until then, God bless, and I'll see you around. Peace.